Hey guys, take a look at what I picked up this week. Now, this is a local collection from a guy who unfortunately passed away, and his family wanted to sell his lifetime collection. And as you can see, he collected a little bit of everything. They're all basically German pistols. We do see all the way at the end a Japanese rig, but overall it's just a nice collection of a wide variety of Axis pistols. I just love that collection, and I think you will too once we take a closer look. Now, I didn't want to film all of them, but I got samples of some of the ones that are not that ordinary. So come take a look and we can see if we can learn something new about Axis pistols. This wide variety of pistols has to have been brought home by veterans. It's estimated that RGI's brought back over 1 million handguns. And speaking of our vet, it reminds me of our sponsor, so let's do a shout out to Claim Climbers. Claim Climbers is a company that specializes in helping veterans navigate the VA disability claims process. Claim Climbers offers medical records review, assistance in finding necessary records, and in some cases, they can assist you with your appeals. They emphasize the importance of having evidence that will link your disability with your service. This is fee for service, but they will be completely transparent with you as to the fees. So again, if you're interested in Claim Climbers, check the information in the link below. Okay, here's the ones that I picked out that I want to go over with you. I'm going to start off with the model 1922, which is a Belgian pistol. Variations of this model were used all over the world. They were very popular. These are the two earliest variations for the Germans. You can see this has the black grip and black plastic or bakelite instead of the more common wooden grip. And what makes this one rare is because it is 613 proof. The 613 is an early proof. It's pretty rare, and these came in 9mm. The Germans, however, quickly switched it over to 7.65 because that's what they preferred for their officers' pistols. This has a little bit of freckling on it, but again, a very rare gun, and what makes it rare is the early 613 proof. Then they went to a 103 proof. Here is that gun. It still has the early bakelite grip, but now it's 7.65. Now, if you collect these, this is really nice. The last one I showed you, the finish is nice, but it does have some freckling on it. Nice finish. Both good examples of early 1922 FN pistols. Now, I'll pick up this one next because it is Belgian as well, and you probably are trying to figure out what the heck is it. This is an Armand Gavage. It sounds to me like a French chocolatier, Armand Gavage. But it's a pretty rare pistol. The Belgian factory only made about 4,000 of these, and approximately 1,500 of them have the Nazi Eagle proof. So there's a Nazi test proof. So they made these before the war, but they continued making them during the war, and about 1,500 of them went to the German military. So you see those proofs in several places, but you also see Belgian proofs on there. The serial number is 4,100, about 4,100, and that's among the last ones made. It kind of fools me because I was trying to pull this back. I don't really see too many of these, and by the way, they did typically come with the black plastic grip, just like most of the others at that time. This one has wooden grips. I'm not sure if those are custom made. I haven't seen more than a couple of these in my life. I tried to pull it back, but actually it's just this part that slides back like that, and a very hard trigger pull. Armand Gavage. I probably will hold on to this one because I've said I've actually never owned one. It's first I've ever held and had the opportunity to purchase, so I did. These I've done before, but I wanted to show you this. It's just a beautiful example. It's got that really dull military finish, but it was used very little. You see almost no holster wear on the high edge areas. This is a 4UT proof, which means it was done after the Germans occupied the factory. Of course, Mussolini and the Italians were in charge up to about 1943. That was a pivotal year. By 1944, the Germans had to come in and take over because the Italians were surrendering, giving up, and getting rid of the Mussolini regime. So late war, 1944, almost no wear at all. This is like a 99% gun, even though it doesn't look that beautiful. for UT again is the military acceptance proof for the German army. So this is just a great example of a late World War II Italian Beretta, which went to the military. Now, French. Let's do the French. Over here we have two French pistols. This is a unique and an MAB. So the unique, you can see right there, you know it's unique. This is a unique 17, and it's in 7.65. It's a French pistol, was made by French, made for the French military, but then when the Germans came in, took over the factory, and then there is the military proof. This went to the German army. The proof mark is a Waffen Eagle 251, and so that was the inspector in the French factory, and again, a French unique. Another French gun was the MAB. You can see here is the legend on the slide, and just like the last one, it'll have a proof mark here, and it was the same inspector. He went to the different French plants. This is a good example of a French-made gun, went to the German military, and it's a Waffen 251. Now I picked up two Mausers. These are just really pretty. Look at the nice high polish finish, and they're both special in their own way. Aren't we all special in our own way? I think we all deserve credit for being special. This one is special though because it went to the German Navy. You can see M, which is for Marine or Navy. So that is the German Eagle swastika with a marking for the Navy. You see some discoloration right here. That's probably just been worn from hitting the holster. And then on the front, you see the N property mark. That marking is from the German Navy. The Navy Arsenal put that marking on there. And then often the magazine will be marked with the same matching property number here. This one is not the original mag, so there is no property number, but there is one here. N property, I started to mention, that's for the North Sea naval base. So that went to the North Sea. Some of these went to U-boats because they were compact and carried by officers. There's no way for me to prove that this went to a U-boat, but I like to fantasize about it. What I really like is that nice high polish finish, which is true of this next one. Nice high polish finish, and this has a very tiny test eagle here, and then a Waffen 655, which is the Mauser factory. The inspector was 655. He was the same person that inspected the P-38s, and he inspected the German Lugers as well. That's the only markings on this, so you just see a beautiful gun, and if you collect these, this is among the nicest I've ever seen in terms of the finish, almost no wear. Look how nice and shiny that is. Beautiful gun. Just a great example. These all came with a wraparound wooden grip. There's no break here, kind of like the PPK grip. Also the CZ27 had a wraparound grip, but this is made of wood. Next two I want to focus on are these Browning high powers. Technologically, in terms of advancement in gun production, these were at the pinnacle of their time. And a lot of our guns are modern handguns, and police guns and military guns are modeled after this design because it had a stackable magazine so that it could hold more rounds, almost double the number of rounds. I believe it's 13 rounds in the high power. And so they're very desirable to the Germans, including the SS and the different military officers. This one, I picked these two because just like when I talked about these have the same early stamps. So we have a 613 and a 103. So which one is which? Well, I don't know because they're so tiny. I get out my magnifying glass and yep, I can confirm this is 613. It comes in 9mm Luger. This is a pretty nice finish. Most of the ones that you will find of the 1922 and the high powers are going to be Eagle 140. So 140 was the most common one. But this early one, and some of them are slotted for a stock. This one is not, but the 615 is desirable because it's very early. They didn't make very many. And it has also a 613 magazine. It's marked right here at the bottom of the spine. There's a 613 magazine, and then 613 on the frame, on the slide, and also in the very front. And then the next variation was Eagle 103. This one you see a little bit of discoloration here. A little bit of wear here, but it's a very nice gun. It's rare, Eagle 103, and then after that was the more common 140. Also, this has the tangent sight for greater accuracy when you're aiming. You can see the tangent sight. Later on in the war, they took shortcuts. They did away with the tangent sight. They used a plastic grip later on. And again, I already mentioned that the proof would be 140. This one, the magazine does not have a Waffen proof, but it is a wartime magazine. Now, probably a gun that we're all familiar with is the P38. I didn't show you any Lugers, and thinking back on the collection, I didn't see a single Luger in his collection. So he liked the more uncommon pistols. This is a soft shell holster. Here you can see P38, you can see the German Eagle, and that's actually a police style Eagle. So this holster is for a police P38, and sure enough, that's what we have right here. BYF 44 means, BYF means it was made in the Mauser factory in the year 1944. There's a test proof right there, and you can see that it is a dual tone because it has a blued barrel, but then a phosphate slide and a phosphate frame. Just look at that. Just a beautiful phosphate frame. Magazine is blued. Sometimes you'll see a phosphated magazine. This magazine is correct. Wartime magazine is blued. So we have phosphate, phosphate slide, blued here. This is some of the small parts are blued. This is blued. And let's turn it over. This is phosphate. But the proof mark here, they first have a military proof, which means the slide was accepted, but then it was put together and it was set aside to be a police contract. And so this is an Eagle F, which was the initial of the inspector, but the Eagle F specifically designated to go to the German police, not the military. So it started out before the military, but then diverted to the police. And you see the same thing happen with the German Luger. Here, the different colors in the finish, sometimes it's hard to see, but here you can see really clearly how the frame is phosphated and then the barrel is blued. All matching with a holster. It's just a great little rig and highly collectible. Very desirable. Next, I'm going to take a look at a Femero now. This is the tropical holster. They call it tropical because it uses a greenish canvas, and these were made in 1941 generally. This usually is dated here, but it's worn off. This is just a beautiful Femero. They also called it the Model 37, Pistol 37 model, and the caliber was 7.65. Let's take a look at the gun. Beautiful condition. It is a 1941. JHV was the factory code. 41 was the date. It's all matching. It's very early. These all went to the Luftwaffe. All of these guns went to the Luftwaffe. This is the correct holster. And again, probably from 1941. This one has a matching magazine, which makes it, again, desirable. You may not see it very well, but right in here, you can see the serial number, and that matches the serial number here, here, and then also there's a serial number on the barrel. Okay, I'm going to pull the slide back, push this up, and there you can see the serial number matching on the barrel. So the barrel, the frame, the slide, and the magazine are all matching. And again, they made 30,000 of these in 1941. They all went to the Luftwaffe. This is just a really nice example. Great little guns, fun to shoot. Now, not part of this collection, but I did want to talk about this Japanese Nambu. But before I do, let's stay in the German vein and let you know about me making a mistake. That's right, I made a mistake in one of my videos. This is a boxed PPK. Light metal, which it means Doral. I'll go right to the mistake that I made. I said original box, original label, but somebody pointed out to me that this label right here, if I take my finger and I put my fingernail, here, you can hear it. It's actually cut out and put on here. So this label was taken from another box. I can only imagine that the box was not in great shape. And so they cut out the number and stuck it on here. This is all original. This is original. That was added to probably a nicer box. This could have been the same thing because this basically says light metal, which is Doral, which is very rare. So I said this was an original label, and I pointed out that somebody glued that on there. Did a great job, but it makes for a very nice box. Here is the original manual, and I just, full disclosure, I wanted to let you know I misinformed you. This is a beautiful gun. This is the original tin, and there's the spare magazine. Most of all, I wanted to show you the gun. Oh, there's the cleaning rod in there. Cleaning rod is in the original paper. There's a Walther PPK with the gray grip. Now, the gray grip was transitional from brown to gray to finally black. The black grip you're probably familiar with in the later war guns. But what's really unusual is the finger extension on the bottom matches the gray. So there's a gray finger extension. People have paid me like $500 and more for a gray bottom late war PPK magazine, and it exactly matches the grip. You can see no crack in the back, no chip at where it hits, a near perfect grip, beautiful bottom, aluminum frame, all comes together in this really nice box, which was not original, but now you have the serial number here. So it all goes together. So I'm going to sell it for the sum of the parts, meaning what is the gun worth, and then you had the tin, the spare mag, and a box. We'll sell it for the sum of the parts of the manual. This is a 1940 manual. Put them all together. It's not quite what I thought. I had it in the safe for many years, very proud of it, but somebody pointed out that error, and I still love it. So we'll put that away. And now let's go to the other side of the world and take a look at a Japanese Nambu. This is the late war rubberized canvas. You pull it up and you can see somebody put an ornament there. It could have been a Japanese ornament, or it could have been even an American star or eagle. And I guess to take it back to a more original condition, somebody took the embellishment off, but obviously that had an embellishment there. Not original to the gun. It would not have left the factory with that, but maybe the GI did it, maybe somebody else did it. When I got it, the embellishment was gone. There's nothing in the pouch, but again, you can see crude construction, late war rubberized canvas. And here's the gun itself. It comes with two matching magazines. We can see down inside where they put the cleaning rod. Down here, you have the cleaning rod, just slides in and out. And the spare magazine is down inside there, so we'll pull that out. This, by the way, the strap is very stiff. Over the years, that rubberized canvas hardens. You can soften it up by heating it up a little bit, but I don't need to do that. And you can see where it's fraying here. So they didn't hold up real well. We'll set that aside. But here we have the gun itself. You can see it's all blued, no small parts. And we'll get the date. Right here you can see 20.3. So that would be March of 1945. So the war is almost over in Europe, and also soon to be over in August of 1945. You can see the grips don't have the stripes in it because toward the end, the very late ones, they didn't bother with that. They are numbered to the gun, and I have two matching magazines. We have 7.59 and 7.59, so two magazines ending in 7.59, and right here you see 7.59. So we have this gun with two matching magazines, and after I bought it, I got home, and I always tell you guys, make sure you check the firing pin because they break very easily. And sure enough, I took it apart when I got home, and the firing pin does not match. So at some point, the tip of the firing pin broke, and somebody replaced the firing pin. So what I thought was all matching actually is all matching except for a replaced firing pin. Still a beautiful gun, and very unusually, it comes with any kind of documentation. Now, this does not have the serial number on it, but I thought I'd show you the capture document for a Nambu. It looks like this was from a sergeant, technical sergeant, George Haas. And there's here gives the description. 2 sabers, 2 lenses, so maybe scopes, and Japanese pistol. So it doesn't give a serial number, but this came with it. Down here, what I also enjoyed was anything else. That was the firearms that he brought home. Anything else to declare? Yes, 2 kimonos. So he took home 2 kimonos for the wife and children. And there's his signature once again. Said he brought it home, all of this booty he brought home in his duffel bag. So it's got a very interesting bring back paper. All came together. And this paper was actually in the pouch of the holster. So we'll keep them together, and it just makes for a really nice collectible pistol. Okay guys, you're not gonna believe this, but you get a special extra bonus at no extra charge. I have these 2 fairly rare holsters that came in, not as part of that previous collection, but this is Legacy Collectibles, and you never know what's gonna walk in the door, just like a box of chocolates. This is a rare Luftwaffe marked dropping holster. So that's the Luftwaffe style. That's the Luftwaffe proof, 1943. And when you open it up inside, guess what's in there? Some of you will guess. Some of you are guessing PPK, but you'd be wrong. Even rarer than the PPK dropping holster is this is fur. That's fur, the Mauser HSC. Caliber 7.65. So all you need is a HSC from 1943. It would have to be Waffen-proofed, and you got yourself a Luftwaffe rig. Of course, I would disclose that I put them together, but it's a really cool holster, and one of you out there is going to want to buy that right away. We see about 1 of these every couple years. This one does not look good at all. And you're surprised I've even been showing it to you. A lot of cracking in here. I want to point that out, because if you want it, you got to know what you're getting. A lot of cracking, crazing, I call it. But when you open it up inside, not only does it say Walther PP, and then right here we see RBD Halle, which is the railway gun. So this went to the German Railroad Police, and if you have an RBD gun, usually they're marked 1940 and they fall in a certain serial range, and they have many of the characteristics of an SS gun. Very rare, and somebody out there is going to just love adopting this holster and taking it home to meet the family. I wish I could show them all to you, but we're out of time. Make sure you like and subscribe to this channel, and you'll definitely see more.